If you were a hazelnut lover, like myself, a hazelnut fiend, a Nutella slut, however you want to define yourself. Good afternoon, fine people of wherever you're from, and welcome back to Maverick Baking. You join me today for another chocolate bar review, and not only are these new, but they're completely vegan. I know. These two actually come from a stonking big brand here in the UK and all across Europe, I believe, and I have no idea how they're going to be, so that's what we're about to put to the test today. We're talking about the brand new vegan Topic and, even more excitingly, the brand new vegan Bounty. Now, hold your horses and lower your expectations before we get into this, because these, I would say, even just on the face of it, are more inspired by these bars than they are completely attached to them. Topic and Bounty both come under the Mars umbrella, the same company that creates, rather obviously, the Mars bar, Snickers, Galaxy, all of the other kind of iconic British chocolates you see on the shelves. And while Mars a year or two ago released the vegan Bounty bar, these are kind of new and hopefully worth our money. Let's taste them. So I think I'm going to start with the vegan Topic bar, just because I want a bit more hype and anticipation for the Bounty, and because that coconut will be stuck in my teeth all afternoon anyway, so we may as well enjoy this one while we can. So the Topic bar is advertised as Topic whole hazelnut, vegan and gluten-free chocolate. It's couverture chocolate made with hazelnut paste and whole hazelnuts. So they can't really call it milk chocolate because it contains no milk. Couverture chocolate is just a kind of catch-all name for chocolate that can and has been molded. The main ingredients are sugar, hazelnuts, cocoa butter and cocoa mass, which is already a hell of a lot better than the average kind of Mars product, which is usually filled with a lot more kind of vegetable oil, sugar, filler, essentially. But one thing I have to say straight off of the bat is that this is very much inspired by a Topic bar rather than being one. A Topic bar, if you haven't had one in a while or if you've never tasted one, think of it a bit like a hazelnut Snickers. You have the chocolate exterior, and when you bite in, you find chewy nougat, kind of gooey caramel and hazelnut bits. This is much more like a Dairy Milk whole nut, if you will. So we open up and we see a fairly standard kind of chocolate pattern there. And on the back, hopefully, if my camera is focusing properly, you can see some whole chunky hazelnuts. And there is, admittedly, a beautiful hazelnut smell when you get into this. No snap, but that can be expected from bars that have that kind of nut paste in them. So let's take a big old chunky piece and see if the vegan Topic is worth your money. It's not a Topic, but it's pretty good. The chocolate has a kind of nice color. We have those chunky hazelnuts, but as with all vegan chocolate, it isn't kind of perfectly smooth. If you were a hazelnut lover, like myself, a hazelnut fiend, a Nutella slut, however you want to define yourself, this may be of intrigue. It's not any better than any other vegan hazelnut chocolate I've had. Thinking specifically of the Vigo bar. Like I said, I am very impressed with the size of this thing. And we can see in the back that it does have big whole kind of chunky bits of hazelnut. Similar kind of vibes to this, just good chunky chocolatey hazelnutty goodness. It's very sweet and the nut flavour is pretty strong. But that's what you're buying this for. It does have some kind of creaminess thanks to the hazelnut paste in there. It's not kind of too gritty or chalky like a lot of vegan chocolate can be. And the chocolate itself, because of the quantity of hazelnut and of sugar, the chocolate itself is a little bit kind of lost. You know there's chocolate there, it's not a kind of strong cocoa hit though. But if you're vegan or you're kind of dairy or lactose intolerant, that might actually be quite welcome, because far too much vegan chocolate is just kind of dark chocolate with stuff. Not a lot of people get creative enough to make a kind of gentler, sweeter chocolate. So if that's your thing, good. It doesn't nail the brief at all, but it's a half decent bar, especially for being vegan, and it's everything a hazelnut lover could probably want. So I'll give that a 4 out of 5. Shall we move on to the slightly more controversial of today's new chocolate bar pair, the vegan Bounty. Now this one I'm hoping will be a bit more of a kind of accurate representation of a classic Bounty, if of course it's been a while since you've had one, or if you've never had one, if you're outside of the UK, is a kind of very thin layer of chocolate that encases a really thick, sweet and chewy coconut stuff. It's like a mouthful of chewy desiccated coconut that gets stuck in between your teeth, but it's also very satisfying if you like coconut. If you don't, you'll hate it, unsurprisingly. But this, again, inspired by the Bounty, is covered your chocolate made with coconut cubes. So the main ingredient is sugar, as with the previous bar, and the coconut cubes, rather than being cubes of like actual coconut, are made from a very similar looking list of ingredients to the inside of a Bounty. Chewy, sweet, syrupy coconut stuff, basically. And it appears the creaminess in this bar is going to come from almond paste, while keeping the cocoa solids around 38%, making it a bit darker than regular milk chocolate, but still nowhere near as dark as dark chocolate. But let's see if this one is worth picking up. So we have a coconut. This one has, very welcomely, a different kind of design on the front. I love to see that, a little bit of effort. It's kind of sad that they put more effort into their vegan bars than their actual bars, but there you go. And on the back, if my camera is focusing properly, you can see little pieces of coconut just popping up to say hello. Whether we're going to taste them, I don't know, but we can certainly smell them. Very kind of strong, almost, and I hate to say this because I know this is what puts a lot of people off of coconut, but it is quite a kind of soapy coconut smell, which I quite like. And I know other coconut lovers will understand, but everyone else is probably like, oh. Let's see if the vegan Bounty is worth your money. So here you can see the inside. Hopefully you can see those little kind of cubes of coconut peeking out. The texture of this is actually more enjoyable, even as someone who loves a Bounty. It's more enjoyable, you know, a kind of chocolate coconut experience than a Bounty typically is, and a lot less of a jaw workout. That doesn't taste vegan at all, and as much as I hate saying that because it's such a cliche, it is a big compliment. The coconut pieces are very well balanced throughout that chocolate. They do give you that nice characteristic kind of chewiness and the real strong, almost soapy flavour that you get from the coconut in a Bounty. But it's much more of a chocolatey experience. Where Bounty is almost more like eating sweets or candy things, that's much more about the chocolate. You get the flavour of the chocolate more in that than you do in a regular Bounty bar or in the vegan topic bar we just tasted. The creaminess is there from that almond paste, though you don't taste almonds, so as long as you don't have an allergy to them and you don't like almonds, you might actually be okay to eat this, because I can't taste those at all. But the coconut goes really well with that sweet milk chocolate. Again, because of the quantity of the coconut and of the sugar, you can't taste the cocoa. It's not like a rich kind of craft chocolate lover's experience, obviously, but as a vegan chocolate bar, as a coconut chocolate bar, and as a kind of thing under the Bounty brand, that nails it. That absolutely nails it. And I would actually be inclined to say that while I very rarely purchase a Bounty bar, this would definitely sway me as a chocolate and coconut lover, vegan or not, because you honestly, you would not know. That has nailed the brief, I would say. And on that basis, that I would buy it again, that it's good and it's doing what it should, that might just be a 5 out of 5. I know. If you guys have tasted either the vegan topic, the vegan Bounty, or any of the vegan Galaxy flavors or vegan Mars products, let me know your thoughts. I'm quite impressed at how much I've enjoyed these. Of course, if you're new to the channel, do consider subscribing if you enjoyed today's video, and don't forget you can always help support the channel if you would like to do so through the link to my Patreon page in the description box below. But otherwise, thank you so much as always for watching. I'm grateful for each and every one of you that lands on this little channel of mine. In the meantime, that's all I have time for today though, folks. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you for the next one.